Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we are diving into the absolute fastest way to pack on 20 pounds of pure natural muscle. And look, this isn't just about looking a little better at the beach. Packing on 20 pounds of muscle in the exact right places completely re-engineers your physique regardless of your starting point. We're going to look at the hard data, the heavy compound lifts, and the intense gym atmosphere that actually drives these elite results. Okay, let's dive into this by asking the ultimate fitness question. What does it actually take to pack on that much pure, natural muscle? Because, let's be real, the fitness industry is completely flooded with secret sauces and 90-day extreme workout guarantees that are entirely disconnected from human biology.
But here's the harsh reality staring us right in the face. Less than 5% of people are ever going to pull this off naturally. And it's not because they're too old, and it's definitely not because of bad genetics. It's because they are flying completely blind. Without a strict, scientific blueprint, you might make some rookie gains early on, but then you're going to hit a wall, spending years grinding away with the exact same physique. More protein shakes and endless hours in the gym will not fix it.
Well, we are going to fix that today. By synthesizing data from top scientists and natural pros, we've built a premium system to get you into that elite 5%. We'll be covering the natural reality, smart training, finding your best exercises, nutrition tactics, and sleep and recovery.
All right, Section 1, the natural muscle reality.
Before we even step onto the gym floor and start moving heavy iron, we've got to set our timeline straight and totally ignore the online gurus promising overnight transformations. The physiological truth is that it takes at least 1 full year of disciplined, heavy training to gain 20 pounds. After that phenomenal first year, your gains are naturally going to slow down by about half each subsequent year. But here is the absolute best news you'll hear today. Your fastest gains do not happen simply when you start lifting. They ignite the exact moment you start lifting properly.
Let's move into Section 2, the engine, smart training. This is the most critical piece, because 90% of your actual muscle growth is triggered right here in the trenches, in the gym. But endlessly annihilating your muscles, that doesn't equal more growth. Check out this data from Dr. Mike Zordos's lab. See that first bar? From sets 1 to 5, you get a massive spike in growth. Sets 5 to 10 yield solid growth too. But look at that third bar. Once you push past 10 sets per muscle, the benefit literally drops off a cliff into pure fatigue.
So the crucial point here is that you have to choose your battle when you train. To maximize growth while managing that fatigue, you've got 2 scientifically backed options. First is the intensity method, and it's grueling. You do just 5 to 12 sets per week, but you are taking every single set to complete physical failure, the point where your face is red and you physically cannot move the weight another inch. The workouts are short but brutally taxing. Alternatively, you can use the volume method. That's 12 to 20 sets per week, stopping just 2 to 3 reps shy of failure. The sets are easier, but the workouts take longer. Both work perfectly, so you just have to choose the style you will actually stick to with absolute consistency.
But whichever method you choose, you absolutely must heed this golden rule. Recent data reveals that you completely tap out around 10 to 11 sets per muscle group in a single gym session. Anything beyond that is essentially wasted effort. This is exactly why you have to split your training up. Instead of doing 12 sets of chest on a Monday, split it into 2 different days. That one simple frequency switch can speed up your gains by up to 30%.
Moving right along to Section 3, finding your best exercises.
Now that we've got the volume dialed in, we need the exact movements that give you the highest return on investment. Pro natural bodybuilder Steve Hall outlines 3 distinct stages across your lifting career. If you're a beginner, you really only need to master about 6 core compound movements: a press, a pull, a squat, a hinge. That alone can build your first 10 pounds of muscle. But as an intermediate, your body adapts. Your strong muscles take over those compound lifts, leaving the weaker muscles lagging behind. This is where you kind of have to become your own biomechanical guinea pig, testing out specialized machines to isolate those stubborn areas. And by the time you reach the advanced stage, your goal is to double down on your personal winners. We're talking elite selections like the Cybex Hack Squat for your quads, a converging machine press for your chest, or crossbody cable lateral raises for those delts. The secret here isn't constant, chaotic muscle confusion. It is finding the heavy lifts that give you the absolute best pump and joint feel, locking them in and applying relentless progressive overload.
All right, Section 4, the fuel. Let's talk nutrition tactics.
Because look, training is your high-performance engine, but without the right fuel, you are going literally nowhere. Looking at Dr. Eric Helms' breakdown here based on starting body fat, there's a fascinating biological advantage. If you are a guy over 20% body fat or a woman over 30%, you are already carrying immense stored energy. If you give your body a strong resistance training stimulus, it will literally metabolize your own body fat to build the muscle. You don't even need a massive calorie surplus. You can actually eat in a slight 250 to 500 calorie deficit and pull off a dramatic body recomp. However, if you are already lean, you do need a surplus, scaling from a 2% body mass gain per month for beginners down to just 0.5% for advanced lifters.
And when it comes to protein, prepare to be surprised. The fitness industry pushes protein into absolutely everything, right? But the magic number for maximizing muscle growth is actually just 0.7 grams per pound of body weight. That is the baseline minimum to maximize your growth. Eating a literal mountain of protein beyond this will not magically build more muscle. Honestly, it just drains your wallet.
So instead of obsessing over endless protein, fix your pre-workout fuel. To truly power those intense gym sessions, strictly follow this timeline. About an hour and a half to 2 hours before you train, consume slow-digesting carbs and protein. Think oats and Greek yogurt. Then, exactly 30 minutes before stepping onto the floor, hit your system with fast-digesting carbs. They enter your bloodstream immediately, giving you explosive, sustained energy right when you need to push toward total failure.
Now, if you are going to use supplements to fuel this journey, keep it super simple. Top supplement researcher Dr. Eric Trexler points out that creatine is highly effective, safely boosting lean mass by 2 to 3 pounds in the first couple of months. But you do need to know that this initial boost is mostly water weight pulling into the muscle to make it look fuller. Also, about 20 to 30% of people are non-responders. It just doesn't do anything for them. The absolute best way to test if it's working for you is to watch for a 20 to 30% increase in your rep capacity during your heavy sets. Finally, we hit Section 5, Sleep and Recovery Advantage. We've built a massive engine, and we've added premium fuel, but without the mechanic, your muscles simply will not grow. Listen to this quote from board-certified neurologist Dr. Andrew Spector. He points out that sleep isn't just rest. Sleep is the literal chemical signal that tells your body to rebuild the microscopic damage you just inflicted in the gym. Without adequate, high-quality sleep, your body will actually shrink the muscle. Crazy, right?
And tossing and turning for 7 hours doesn't count. You need to engineer the optimal recovery environment. First, it must be pitch dark, meaning the LED lights from your phone charger or smoke detector are taped over, so dark you literally cannot see your hand in front of your face. Second, it must be completely quiet. A simple $15 eye mask and earplugs combination can totally transform your recovery. Finally, your body needs cold to sustain that deep sleep. Program your thermostat to progressively drop throughout the night, hitting its coldest point around 2 or 3 a.m.
But hey, let's be real, life happens, and bad nights of sleep are inevitable. If you are sleep deprived, science shows that a simple, highly focused 20-minute nap can actually restore your critical athletic performance for that day's workout. It restores the margin of error, preventing a 2 to 3% drop in your output. And trust me, that tiny percentage is the massive difference between an elite, growth-stimulating workout and a totally wasted trip to the gym.
So there is absolutely no magic here. It is just pure applied science, heavy lifting, precise fueling, and relentless consistency. You now have the exact blueprint in this explainer to transform your physique and pack on 20 pounds of natural muscle. The only question left is, are you ready to put in the work to finally join that elite 5%?